Good afternoon, my androids. It is Andrew the Android Kolaski here. And I am ready to perform for all of you. I've decided against wearing the Islanders jersey for Halloween. On the contrary, actually, it's not really the contrary, but instead, I shall wear an elderly person's mask. And I'll show you the mask I'm going to be wearing right now. Okay, one sec. All right, 1 second, guys. I'm just sharing this on social media for all the androids to see. So this is the mask I'm going to be wearing for Halloween. Boo! This is my Halloween costume, guys. So he says, I look like Poppy. Yes, I look like Poppy. Poppy in the wild, man. Our show! Poppy in the wild, man. Let's go! This is my costume. A little bit like Rick Rubin, too. Spooky. Do you want me to get... Some people think I'm a monster. Some people think I'm a bad guy. But behind the mask, I'm the sweetest guy on planet Earth. All right. I'll put my costume down for a second. Yeah, I decided against being an Islander. I figured that was too bogus a costume. That was too scary a costume. I didn't want to frighten the people at NAMI. You know, being a New York Islander was too frightening for the people at NAMI. I had to be something a little bit less scary. All right. So I was watching a clip of Roger Waters on the Joe Rogan podcast. And, basically in the clip, Roger Waters says Syd Barrett went crazy from schizophrenia, not LSD. Couldn't Syd Barrett have seen a psychiatrist for recovery, like a Dr. Garrett? All kidding aside, I genuinely like Roger Waters. I've seen him in a few interviews, one in the History of Rock and Roll class, too. He seems intelligent, which is rare for rock musicians. Most of them seem like junkies, party animals, and man-children. Roger seems like a narcissist, but he seems college-educated and intelligent. But when it comes to Joe Rogan, obviously, I would love to get interviewed by Joe Rogan. Can we get me on the Joe Rogan podcast, somebody? Can somebody reach out to Joe Rogan and get me on the Joe Rogan podcast? Well, let's go on Instagram and type in Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. Rogan. Let's okay. I'm gonna tweet at him. Let's see if I've messaged him before. I probably have. No, I haven't. Oh no, yeah, I said in 2021. Hi, I'd like to be on the podcast, and he didn't reply. I didn't see your clip, Joe Rogan meets Joe Rogan, but look, yes, everybody start requesting me as a guest. Say, I know this guy who suffers from schizoaffective, who's an inspirational and powerful story of overcoming adversity and recovery. And I literally, he's a great artist, and I literally get chills when I see him. You just really, really toot my horn for me and say, I would really want this guy on the Joe Rogan podcast. Really toot my horn. Why not Stern? I mean, I could do Howard Stern too. I mean, Howard Stern is fine too. I mean, who's more popular? I would say Joe Rogan is more conservative. I mean, considering he had Donald Trump on, and Donald Trump is more liberal, right? Who do you think I'd be better? Whose show do you think I'd be better on? You want me to reach out to Howard Stern and say I'd like to be on your show? Yeah, let me reach out to Howard Stern and say the same thing. Hi, I'd like to be on your podcast. Let's see if he replies. Yeah, it couldn't hurt. Let's send him a message and say the same thing. Bam, bam, sent. Yeah, he's retiring this year, so maybe I could get on the Stern show before he retires. So I sent him an invite. I sent him an invite. So who do you think I'd be more equipped? Whose show do you think I'd be more equipped to go on? Joe Rogan or Howard Stern? Who is there an enemy here, or is there no enemy? Are there villainous people and nefarious people here, or are there no nefarious people? No, Opie and Anthony are long off the air. I would have went on the Opie and Anthony show. Dead Cop says there are no nefarious people, Andrew. There are no nefarious people. That's good. I don't like nefarious people. Rick Wilson says, hey, yo. Hey, yo. I was looking at a clip and it was saying some people didn't get their start in show business until their 40s, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's getting late in life for me, but I have made my start. I'm just not getting paid for it. I'm creating epic content. I'm just not making money doing it. You know what I mean? I should be making the big bucks. I should be making the big bucks. I don't understand why I'm not really. What is the problem? Like, why am I not making the big bucks? Like, why am I not rich and famous? So he says you got to make your content more entertaining. You need to get more creative. Edit stuff, make cuts, and come up with new topics. That's the problem. All right. All right. I guess you're right. I guess you're right. I mean, like, what's the problem? Why am I not going viral? Like, is there a stifler who? I mean, is Howard Stern the stifler? Is Barack Obama the stifler? Like, is there a stifler here who's making me not get famous? Somebody says no. Somebody says no. You just got to be more entertaining. You just got to be more entertaining, Andrew. You're not entertaining enough. I do have a stifler. Who's my stifler? His name is Andrew Koloski. Nobody is sabotaging me. I'm the stifler. Stop making excuses like it's Barack Obama, it's Howard Stern why I'm not famous. Stop blaming people and take accountability and make myself successful. Stop blaming Barack Obama, which is delusional. Stop blaming Howard Stern and make myself successful. He says, you need to go to an audition, bro. Don't just send a DM to Howard Stern and Joe Rogan saying, hey, I'd like to be on your podcast. Realistically, what's that going to do? I mean, they're going to see it and they're going to be like, oh, look, it's just some dude. Let's not have him on the podcast. I'll send the last podcast I sent to Joe Rogan. I'll send him another one. I'll send Joe Rogan another podcast. Would you like me on your show? I'm entertaining and I have a powerful story about overcoming schizoaffective disorder. There we go. I don't even care. If somebody says he's not going to even see your post, he's not going to even reply. Or if he does reply, he'll say, no, thank you. The Dr. Phil show contacted me many years ago, and I don't think that show's even on the air anymore, though. I was almost on the Dr. Phil show. Why didn't I go on Dr. Phil? I don't know. I guess he wanted. I guess the narrative he wanted a story about like a mother and me, and he wanted like sensationalistic craziness. I guess. I don't know the reason. I don't know the reason. It just didn't come to fruition. Somebody says, I heard Dr. Phil likes to make stuff up. I'm glad you didn't let him exploit you. Yeah, it probably would have been like him making shit up about me and my mother. And we could have got Mama, Poppy, and all sitting down with Dr. Phil. So he says Dr. Phil is a big gay. What does that mean, Rusty? What does that mean? Taylor Time says, yes, Dr. Phil is a big gay. Indeed, he is. So he's a homosexual? Dr. Phil is a homosexual? I think he's married to a wife. I think he's married to a woman. Now, not that that means anything, but apparently he's married to a woman. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, guys, you want to see my Halloween costume? It's a poppy mask. It's going to be me in like 10 years. Boo. Boo. More like 5. Somebody says it's Rick Rubin for real. It's Rick Rubin for real. A Rick Rubin mask. Apparently, Rick Rubin lives on Long Island, New York, doesn't he? Rick Rubin is this guy who does like the System of a Down songs, and who else does he do? Red Hot Chili Peppers and some other artists. I think he did Johnny Cash too, like the song "Hurt." The Beastie Boys, Rusty says the Beastie Boys. I think he did Linkin Park at one point too. And others, among others. He's a record producer. And it looks like him. He's got a pretty distinctive look. All right. So anybody got any questions or? We got 7 people watching at the moment. Look up home ec classes and hey Dave, how you doing? Good to see you, Dave. Have I ever learned the fact that you're 4? Oh yeah. Somebody says I was circumcised. Yeah, I was circumcised when I was young. Or a lot of people. I mean, I think a lot of people are, right? Or I mean, a lot of people get circumcised. No, I mean, I go out and get some meals for myself. My mom cooks a lot of my meals for me. Yeah, I was complaining this morning about my mother. All right, guys. I think on that note, I mean, I could do an hour here. I got nothing to do for an hour. I was just going to go back and listen to music, but I I don't really have a lot more to talk about here. I've run out of things, and I already went live today. Anybody have any questions, or should I wrap this up? Rusty wants me to do an hour. All right, fair enough. Yeah, Rusty loves when he gets free in an hour long. He likes when he gets this an hour long bursts. Let's put on the air conditioning. It's a little. So he says, "What led me to go from hockey to the old man mask?" My parents offered to give me their old man mask, and it basically is a better costume. You know, I mean, the hockey player was just a hockey jersey, and maybe my dad would have given me a hockey stick. It was too lazy. It was too lazy of a costume. At least the mask, I could say, oh, you know, I'm an old, scary old man. You know, a scary old man. Crickets. Dead Cop says crickets. Yeah, I don't got a lot more to say. So on that note, maybe I'll end the live stream. Adios, amigos and amigas. Peace out.